Ringo TV Reactions, back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another one. Ringo TV Reactions, Ringo TV Raw. We're streaming on 2 platforms, so make sure that you're pretty much locked in on both. What are we talking about today? Wow, wow, wow. Ebony K. Williams. Ebony K. Williams is pregnant. She hit the wall, and we're all trying to figure out, did a bus driver impregnate her? Did she get her seed from a bus driver? That's what we want to know. Now, I got a lot of things to talk about. I put a little setup together in the kitchen right now while we're working on 2 studios that we're building up. But I got all my equipment set up in front of me so that I could pretty much do some shows, put some work out there. Haven't been here for a minute, but we got to talk about this. Ebony made a lot of talk about men. She have a problem with black men. She have a problem with a man that's not making a lot of money. You can recall her talking about she won't date a man who's a bus driver when bus drivers make pretty good money. But for some reason, she had a lot of negative things to say, and now she's a single mom by choice. And what we're trying to figure out, ladies and gentlemen, is what exactly is going on? What is the agenda? What are they really trying to do? What are they doing right now? Are they giving our women the mindset that they don't need a man? So let me get this straight. So now, as a woman, you can go out there and say, well, I can make my own money. I don't need a man. Now, Ebony is basically saying, hey, you don't even need a man to be a father to a child no more. You could be the man. See, Ebony have the money to get the house, the car, but that money cannot provide a father. What about the child? What about the father? We're gonna have a child that's gonna be raised by a woman, and yet there's no father. That don't make no sense. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me good. There's no lag, there's no issues. I need to make sure everything is good, so just put a 1 in the chat if everything is good, All right? Everything good? All right. So we're gonna go through some footage. I'm gonna break this thing down. We're gonna make some sense out of all of this stuff. So we gotta go to the intro. You already done know what it is. So let's go to that intro, fam. So hey, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Those of you that are on the Ringo TV Raw channel, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, you know what I'm saying? Just join the show, join the movement. We got work to do. Let's go to that intro, fam.
Yo, nigga, about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Yo, nigga, about that paper. Yo, nigga, about that paper. Yo, nigga, about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Yeah. True man, I'm free. I wake up a new episode. I pop out clean and skip up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me. I get it though. Yeah. I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might slide through with that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid. I don't see a thing about that paper.
Ringo TV.
on a jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me to play me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake up the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like to wear that top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had this. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid. I don't see a thing about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Big bag, but I face the sky, no stress. Can't ground me, I know this since when I had this. Look at how far we progress.
Okay, we back again, y'all. All right. Trying to get things back to normal again. Again, salute to everybody coming in the building. We're streaming on two platforms. So if you're on the Ringo TV Raw channel, we're also on the Ringo TV Reactions channel. Over there, you'll be able to see the footage if I show footage. When you're on the Ringo TV Raw channel and we have the vertical stream going, always know I'm live on the other channel as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to some audio, right? I found some audio of a woman that was pretty much talking about the situation with Ebony, and I'm going to break down what she had to say. I'm going to let you hear it first in its entirety without me interrupting. Then I'm going to break it down. Then we're going to go to some old footage by Miss Williams and kind of find out the magnitude of the problem, because a lot of you ladies are in trouble. You're in trouble because this woman is being used. There's an agenda, and what she's trying to do is make you comfortable with not needing a man. You understand what I'm saying? It's bad enough that we have the independent woman. And there's nothing wrong if you working, providing for yourself, if you don't got a man. But my point is this. It's out of pocket now. It's to the point where women are literally walking around, well, I don't need a man. I don't even need a father no more. Well, what's going to happen to the black family? It's already destroyed. I mean, Miss Williams claimed that she's all about black liberation. Well, how are you for black liberation if there's no fathers in the home? Explain that to me. Explain to me how you for black liberation and you're teaching women, hey, you know what? Hey, forget these men. Just go to a sperm bank and just get whatever sperm you need. Well, I thought this woman said she's not trying to marry or date a bus driver unless he owned the bus. So the dude who gave her the sperm, who is he? And why he's not a father, why he's not going to be a father in a child's life. So what is she setting you ladies up for? Failure. That's what she's setting you up for. Failure. Her job is she's being used by the industry to plant the seed inside of the black woman, not the white woman. Not the white woman. You don't see white women coming on social media saying, well, I don't need a man. I'm going down to the sperm bank and get what I need. Forget these men. You don't see them doing that. You only see this woman pushing this mess. And that's a problem. So let's get to this audio. I want you to hear this thing first. This is coming out from, let me see, this is a blog or something on a website. The lady name is Tanea Coles, I believe her name is. Her name is Tanea Coles. And whatchamacallit, she had some audio. I guess she was speaking on a website called Swellcast or something along those lines. Just giving proper credit where credit is due. All right, so let's listen to this particular audio here of what she had to say, and then we're going to break this thing down.
Hey, Swell family. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. So the news broke last week that Ebony K. Williams is pregnant. Now, the pregnancy itself is not really a surprise because she had discussed this over the last couple of years. She had discussed freezing her eggs and pursuing the IVF journey to motherhood as a single woman. And she was actually kind of advocating for it and encouraging other single women, notably single Black women. She was advising them that, hey, if you're not married, don't let that stop you from pursuing motherhood. Use reproductive technology that's available to you. And she even gave some recommendations on how to acquire sperm for their particular journey. So hearing her talk about the sperm itself doesn't bother me, of course, but just hearing her talk about it, it was like it was like decentering men. I feel like this is another way to decenter men. We don't want you. We just want your sperm. And it just really cringed. It was so cringy. But so the news came out last week that she is pregnant. She is due in August. She is having a little girl. And I want to preface this by saying we love children. We love babies. They are a gift from God. They are an inheritance, as the Bible tells us. And so, yes, we love babies. We love children. I think my issue with this is, of course, Ebony calls this single motherhood by choice. Now, she kind of contradicts herself when she says this because to hear her tell her story, life kind of pushed her into having to make this choice. Now, Ebony was engaged at one point. She was engaged a few years ago, and she broke off the engagement allegedly because during the pandemic, her fiance wanted to quarantine with his children on the East Coast and not quarantine with her on the West Coast. And this caused a rift between them, and the engagement was called off. Since then, by her own admission, she has not been successful in the dating arena. And so she says that life kind of pushed her in this direction where she had to make a choice to pursue motherhood as a single woman because she was not able to marry. And she also made headlines when she was talking about how she would not marry a bus driver, but she would only if he owned the bus would she marry a bus driver, but she would not, basically she would not marry an average earning middle class guy. So that made headlines, and she had to do a little bit of an apology tour to explain that. So Ebony has made headlines for a lot of controversial reasons. My issue with this situation is that fatherless homes are rampant in the Black community. We have about 70% of children growing up in fatherless homes. It's one thing if this happens by circumstance, but it's another thing if it happens by choice. And I think that the double standard here in our community is single motherhood is totally fine as long as you can afford it. As long as you have Ebony K. Williams money, you can afford to be a single mother. As long as you're not depending on the government, as long as you're not depending on child support, you can afford to be a single mother. And that makes it okay. It's only when you have to rely on the government to take care of your children that single motherhood becomes a problem. And this is why men say a lot of times that women see them as a bank account and a wallet. Because again, as long as you have the money to take care of your child, it's okay. And as long as you can get the sperm and not have to deal with the man, it's okay. Now, on her Instagram in the comments, this was the divide between the men and the women. The women celebrating her for making such a brave decision and doing this on her own and not having a man stop her. And the men in the comments are like, wow, So you don't want to date the bus driver, but you'll take his sperm and have a baby. And the women are like, hey, you don't have to be attached to the man. You don't have to deal with the man. You've got the sperm. You don't have to deal with the man now. And it broke my heart because this is not what parenting was ever created and designed to be. Parenting was created and designed for a mother and a father, a husband and wife, to do this together, to raise children together. That was the original design. And so to choose this, I would have rather seen a single woman adopt a child, because at least you're not taking a stranger's DNA, making it a part of you, and creating a child with a stranger's DNA. That's what you're doing. How do you explain this to your children when they grow up, that they have a father somewhere? We don't really know what he looks like. All we know are the facts that were given to us about him before we took his sperm, and that's all we know. But, at least with an adopted child, they know that they have parents somewhere out there. And they have names, and we know who they are. But in situations like this, you don't even know, this person's name. You don't even know where to begin to even try to find this person. So it bothers me that we are celebrating single motherhood when a woman has the financial means to do it. And it bothers me that we're celebrating single motherhood by choice because you don't have to deal with the man. You just need the sperm. And so we're decentering men. We're reducing men to a utility. I've done a swell about that. We're reducing them to a utility once again. And this is bothersome for me. But chime in with your thoughts. What do you think about this? Thank you so much for listening.
Wow.
Hello, Tom.
That's just absolutely crazy, fam. Where do we begin? Where do we begin with this mess? And again, that particular woman, let me see if I can get her page back again. Well, I said her name in the video. I just lost the damn page. It just kind of switched up on me. But anyway, I don't need to repeat the audio again. She said a lot. She said a lot of things that made a lot of sense. It's like what's happening is dysfunction now is at an all-time high in the so-called Black community. And it really doesn't matter how much money you got. The dysfunction is rampant, even with people that got money. Imagine taking sperm from a stranger, implanting that in yourself, but just the other year or whatever, you said you wouldn't date a bus driver. You said you wouldn't date a bus driver unless he owned the bus. What about the child? And she's having a girl. Now, you want me to give you the secret? Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth right now. Why she's having a girl. You want to know the truth? She paid for a girl. She don't want no son. She paid for a girl. She got the money for it. Remember, you can choose. She said, I don't want no son because see, when I heard the news that she's pregnant, the first thing that came in my mind is, what if you have a son? What are you going to do to raise your son? What are you going to tell him when you have this mindset against men? So she purposely chose a daughter. I'm telling you, man, this technology today where people play God and they pick and choose what they want and manufacture these type of kids, and it's just sad. Because now you're gonna have a young girl being raised with no father, don't know who her father is, right? Nobody's there to teach her nothing. And so she's going to learn to do the same thing. So most likely she's going to become an adult and she's going to go to the sperm bank, and it's going to create a generation of women that are not looking for a man to impregnate them. They're just going to go to a sperm bank and get a stranger to impregnate them. That's what's going to happen. Sad, man. And this is now being normalized in the community. This is being normalized. And our women think this is cool. They're celebrating. They're like, you go, girl. You're doing it. Wow. This is crazy. But let's take a look at some footage. Let's go look at some footage, find out about what's going on with this woman here, because none of you ladies should be following her examples. Now, I understand some of y'all had bad relationships. Some of y'all dealt with Pookie and Ray Ray. Some of y'all made some bad choices in your life. But this is a mess. This woman is in her 40s. She hates men. She claims she's about black liberation. But look at what she's doing. This is not black liberation. This is white supremacy. What she's doing is white supremacy. Because she's telling the black woman, you don't need the black man. You don't need him. What you need is technology. What you need is to go to the sperm bank and get a stranger to make a deposit. Now, of course, she's going to tell you, oh, you know, I did my research and I was searching for, you know, a black man to donate. I doubt it. I doubt that this woman got the DNA from a black man. I doubt it. There's no way. There's no way she did that. Because she said she won't even date the bus driver. Let's go to the footage. Let's go look at the old clips, fam. Let's see if I can bring this up. Let's see.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise.
Now think about that. That's what she was pushing a while back. She ain't say white woman. She didn't say Asian women. They want our women to do this. Let's go.
So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests.
So basically what she just said in a nutshell is black women that are privileged like her, who have the resources and the money to do this, can embark on this madness. But what about the black women who don't have the resources? What about them? What about the black women who can't afford this, but will try to follow in her footsteps? That's where the dysfunction comes in now. So all you're gonna have is a bunch of single mothers out here with kids. They don't even, it's already bad as it is. You got women out here that are having babies with men on one night stands, men that are Pookies and Ray Rays, fooling around on Hot Girl Summer. Now they're gonna be doing this by choice, picking and choosing what man they want. And we know our women are not gonna go to a sperm bank and say, you know what, Doc, let me get the sperm from a black man. No, they're gonna be like, let me get the sperm from a white man. I'm telling you, let me get the sperm from an Asian man. Because we already done know that the dysfunction it goes deep. The self-hate goes deep. They're gonna want babies from men that under normal circumstances, they would never be able to mate with. The average BW is not going to get into a relationship with an Asian man so that he can impregnate her. But if she has self-hate, right, she's gonna want to mate or get the DNA of an Asian man so she can have an Asian baby. Blasian. You know how that go. I've seen this back in the day with our sisters. They would want to get with the brother that had the coolie hair. Why? Because they thought that if they have a child, the child's gonna have the same hair. I remember there was this one sister. She had a baby with a Puerto Rican brother. She thought the baby was gonna have his hair, his eyes. The baby had none. Baby came out with the same hair like her and her eyes, and she hated the child. She hated the child. Why? Because it didn't look like the father. And that's what we're gonna have, fam. We're gonna have women that are gonna be coming out of here, going to sperm banks to get the sperm of a white man or an Asian man, because it's gonna fulfill their self-hate. Because society teaches our women to hate themselves. They teach our women to hate their beauty, to hate their natural features, to hate their bodies. They teach them to hate everything, including their own men. So because of this, they're gonna go out there and use this technology secretly, anonymously, in order to get the seed of the other nations. So what are our women essentially gonna be doing? Bringing forth the bloodline of the other nations. So you're gonna see a lot of BWs walking around with bellies, but it's not gonna be the seed of a black man. It's gonna be the seed of a white man. And I can guarantee you, Ebony did not get the seed of a black man. I guarantee you. No, she did not. I can guarantee you she did not, because she said she won't date the bus driver. She took the seed of a man based on some family lineage to see if her child is gonna have some royalty or whatever the case is. This is how sick the mentality of them go, bro. Let's get back to the tapes.
And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want black sperm.
But we all know they're not gonna get that. We all know they're not going to do that. Just like Ebony didn't. We know she didn't. I know she didn't. But they gotta paint it like this. They gotta paint it as if though, you know, it's like going to McDonald's or Burger King, have it your way. You could walk into a store and get a designer baby. Walk into the store, hey, John, what do we got in the menu? I'm looking for a baby. Oh, you're looking for a baby? Yes. What do you got on the menu? Well, we got white kids, we got Asian kids, we got all these sperms. You can choose which one you want, different flavors. That's pretty much what we got. Okay, let me get the royalty sperm. Let me get that one. Yeah, let me get the royalty sperm with a little bit of sprinkles on top. This is what they're gonna be doing. This is what's happening right now. But remember, she said privileged women because it's expensive. It's an expensive task. So let's get back to the tapes.
And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings. And sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later.
Why would this be an option? What has happened to our people where we have fallen to rock bottom, that we got these demon spirits that are operating through Ebony K. Williams? A demon, a spirit from hell is operating through her, fam. Telling you that this is your only option as a black woman. Not a white woman. She's not telling this to white women. She's not doing this for the Asian community. No, she was sent by the devil to plant this seed in the black woman. That's what she did, fam. Really, really sick. And you brothers, man, hey, you better choose wisely, fam, because this is what our black women are getting. It's bad enough they listen to Miss Sprinkle telling our women to go out there and find themselves a male provider, a sucker that they could use for his money. But now we got a woman telling our women, go to the sperm bank. You know, real sick. Let's go.
Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of black sperm.
Wow. It's black owned and it's designed to help with the shortage of black sperm. You know why? Because to be honest with you, black men do not go to sperm banks to donate. We don't do that stuff. This is how I know that all of these women that are going to these banks, they're going to get white sperm, Asian sperm, not black men. Black men don't do that. What I look like going to a sperm bank? Hey, yo, bro, I'm here to donate. You here to donate? Yeah. Okay, take this cup and go on in the back room. Okay, let me get that cup right there.
Hey, brother. You here too to give up your sperm too?
Yeah. I'm doing my thing, man. Can't you see, bro?
I'm just saying, fam, you know, I come here all the time. First time I seen a black man over here.
Look, bro, I'm trying to concentrate.
I understand that, bruh, but, you know, I mean, can't you just have a conversation, man? You know, we out here in the South, you know, we trying to be country, you know? I was with my pa having supper, and, you know, I was just wondering we could have a little conversation.
Bro, I'm trying to concentrate, fam. I'm trying to donate some sperm.
Okay, brother, you know, I'm just trying to be friendly now. Little Southern hospitality.
I mean, what do we look like as black men going to a sperm bank looking for Southern hospitality and conversations? I don't got time for that. But this is what's going on. She's telling you that the sperm bank is black owned to make you feel good, like it's okay to go to them. No, that's genocide, fam. That's single motherhood. No fathers in the home. What are we doing? This is crazy.
It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas.
So they paid her to promote this BS because she said they're set to open, which means it's not a company that is established, that been in business for many years and have success. She probably is one of the founders. She's probably one of the investors. It's a business. She probably making money under the table from this business. I'm telling you, man, some of the biggest snakes be our own people, fam. Let's go.
And number 2, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable black sperm. You register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex.
I mean, she's literally reading from a teleprompter. And she's promoting all of these banks to go to get sperm, y'all. This is what she's doing. This is sick. This is sick behavior, fam. And to think that grown adults would sit here and listen to this mess. It makes no sense, man. Let's get back to the tapes.
Then you can scan the current options for black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buying at least 2 vials right now.
If you see some black sperm you like, I suggest you buy 2 vials. What is this? Is this drugs? So our women are out here buying sperm. Our women are out here dealing sperm now, selling sperm on a corner. Listen to what she say next, fam. Check it out.
Even if you do not intend to use them anytime soon, trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them for whatever reason, what a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And also, most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself. Listen.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
What you talking about, Willis?
So let me get this straight. If you're not using the sperm, you can sell it back to the bank. So people are juggling sperm. That's what's really going on now. People are juggling sperm now, fam. This is absolutely crazy, bro.
Hey, yo, fam, man, you finished there already?
Bro, I tell you, I'm trying to concentrate. I'm almost there, bro. I'm almost there. Why you watching my tool, bro?
my bad, brother. I was just, trying to inquire. I've been doing this for 30 years.
So you've been over here beating your meat, donating sperm for 30 years?
Yeah, that's right. Heck, you know how many women having my babies out here? A lot of these sisters. Excuse me, I'm not a racist or anything, but I'm not a racist, but the majority of your women, sucky now, they're having my babies. That's right.
That's what's going on. You got some guys that go to the sperm bank all the time, make a living with this, and they're literally populating the world with their seed. That's what's going on right now. It's really sick out here, fam.
And I know that many are going to question or even indict the decision that I and many other black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets. I have, and many black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own. Children that will one day, no doubt, enrich and contribute to the next generation of Black America.
Wow. That Black America she's talking about is going to be extremely dysfunctional because she's not helping the Black community. She's destroying the Black community. That's what she's doing, fam. She's not helping us. She's destroying our women. Check this out.
Today's sidebar starts with a note of gratitude. I want to thank the culture for making my interview with Dr. Iyanla Vanzant one of the most popular and actively engaged content offerings the Griot has produced. So before I tell you my thoughts, let's replay the clip that had some of y'all deep into your feelings. I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are...
She said she done them all.
Not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics.
Protect nor provide. Protect nor provide. Pay attention to these things, fam. Let's go.
Feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Now let's address the response to the interview and what some of y'all are calling a backlash.
Now, her response here is pathetic because when she originally made those comments, it was very, very disrespectful towards bus drivers. It was disrespectful towards men in general. You have a lot of hardworking bus drivers out there that are doing their thing. They're providers, they're fathers, they got the resources. These guys are homeowners. And she disrespected all of these men as if though they ain't nothing. This is what she did. Disrespected all of these men. Said she won't date them unless they own the bus. Now, what does she mean? She's talking about money. But now watch how she tried to do some damage control by making it seem like she wasn't talking about money. When we just heard her talking about black men aren't able to provide the resources, this, that, and all this other mess, right? Roll the tape.
So let me be clear. First, I am a professional disruptor. So backlash is my business. And I will always take it on the chin for the sake of advancing the work, conversation, or movement.
She says she'll take it on the chin. If you know what I mean. Let's get back to the tape.
So know that I am completely unfazed by the onslaught of nasty comments, wishing me a sad, lonely, bitter existence until my untimely death. Now, that is some weird energy to be wishing onto a black woman.
It's not weird energy, and nobody's wishing that on you. I mean, you're going to die alone. You're going to have a miserable existence. This is not nobody wishing anything on you. You literally chose to be a single mom and refuse to deal with a black man, but you claim you're about black liberation. That's BS, fam.
Especially one who has dedicated her life to the liberation of black folk.
She says she's dedicated to the liberation of black folk. How are you dedicated to the liberation of black folk if you're teaching our women to go to a sperm bank? How is that liberating our people if you're training and causing women to neglect their male counterpart? How is that helping us as a people? Just because you're bitter, just because you hit the wall, just because you can't keep a man, doesn't mean you go out here and poison these women. See, the problem a lot of times when women have a lot of success, a lot of money, a lot of resources is they get so high that they become no earthly good. Now, when it comes to meeting a man, if he's not quote unquote on her level, right? And women, they're so misguided when it comes to this issue. Ladies, when you talk about your level, stop defining your level by money. Money don't make a level. You can have all the money in the world and be miserable. You can have all the money in the world and be lonely. Do you understand me? All the money. Money can just buy you nice things. Money can put you in a nice house. Money can make you drive a nice car. But guess what? You can have all of those nice things and be lonely in a big old house by yourself. A bunch of nice cars in your garage, shiny and new, but you don't got nowhere to go. No one to have fun with. Miserable. You're wearing all the designer, got all the jewelry, but you're living a miserable existence with your money. Too many women walk around with this mindset of, oh, I need a man that's on my level. So because of her success, she's all the way up here. All the men ain't making the money that she's making. So now she judge a man based on money. Today's women don't judge men based on character. They don't judge a man based on morals and values. They judge a man based on how much money he make. If he don't make enough money, he's not a good man. If he make a lot of money, oh, he's a good man. That's what women do today. Why? Because they had no father in the home. Their mama was teaching them, go find a man that got money. Baby, baby, baby.
Baby, you better go on out there now and find yourself a man that got a lot of money. But mommy, I mean, my boyfriend, he don't really got a lot of money. Listen on now, dear. You go on now and listen to your mama. You know I raised you in this house all by myself. And I'll be damned if my daughter gonna end up with a good-for-nothing bum. But mama, don't mama me, dear. I want you to go outside and find yourself a man that got a lot of money. But mama, Jeffrey is a good man. He's a barber at the barbershop. Barber at the barbershop, baby. Listen to me now. Listen to your mama. That boy don't got no money to provide for you. He's a good-for-nothing bum like your daddy. See, your daddy never loved you, dear. You go on out there and listen to your mama. My grandmama taught me and my mama taught me. Never depend on a man. Okay, mama, I'm gonna be just like you. A single mama all by yourself. That's right.
That's where we are today. These women are listening to their mama teach them this garbage. And now we got the likes of Ebony K. Williams teaching our women to be toxic. It's really, really bad out here, fam. Let's get back to the tapes.
But, whatever. I guess go off. See, I wanted to talk about how do we close the gap between black women who do show up in a so-called masculine posture, those of us that are providing and building and protecting due to circumstances that we might feel make us feel that if we don't do it for ourselves, we will have to go without the resources and protections we need to feel safe in this world.
The problem is not none of that. The problem is you don't want a good man. That's the problem. The problem is you don't want a good man. You don't. You want a man that fit your system. You don't want a man that's gonna come in and regulate the situation and lead and guide you. You wanna be the man, and that's why you're doing what you're doing. It's not that there's no good men out here. It's not that there's no provider men out here. You ladies just don't want to listen to a man. You don't. You go to your 9 to 5, you listen to your supervisor all day, he boss you around, he tell you to come to work when it's on when you don't want to come to work, he tell you when you could go on a vacation, he tell you bring them damn papers to the office at times, but yet when it comes to you obeying, listening to, submitting to a man, you find that difficult. Well, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't listening to no man. Forget these men. That's your attitude. She's making it seem like there's no men. She's making it seem like there are no men out here. The problem is women do not choose good men. They choose the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Even the women who got money, resources, nice houses, cars, you name it. They still choosing the bottom feeder men. And then they get upset. This is the same woman that was on The View, the show called The View. She was on The View and confessed that she's dating her dentist. And she claimed the dentist ghosted her. Go look it up. She said she was dating the dentist and the dentist ghosted her. You know why? Because she's a problem. She's the problem. She's just not a good woman. That's why she can't keep a man. It's not that there's no men out there. It's not that there's no good men out there. She's just not fit to be in a relationship with a man. She's not pleasant to be around. She's a horrible person. She has a horrible personality. She's arrogant, egotistical, self-centered, superficial. She's everything that is negative. She will drive every man away. No man would want to be around her. No man would even come near her because her energy is so off. Just listen to how she responded when she was talking to the other lady regarding the bus driver. She said, I'm not dating no bus driver unless he owned the bus. That's a diss to all men. She's dissing the working class brother, which means if a black man have a 9 to 5, that's not good enough. So if you a brother and you working at your 9 to 5, building yourself up as a man, she's basically saying you're not good enough. And that's the attitude of a lot of our women. You got women that are now saying they don't want a man that have a 9 to 5. In other words, having a 9 to 5 is not good enough anymore. Having a 9 to 5 is not good enough anymore as a man. You got to own the company in order to talk to a woman, a black woman. Now, you know what this is going to do for you ladies? It's going to make the brothers say, you know what? Y'all can stay right there. I'm going to go get me a woman from another nation. Y'all stay right there. So what we have is dysfunction on both sides. Because the women are out of order, the men are like, you know what? See you later. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go where I'm celebrated because I don't got no time to deal with this madness. Like, you want me to make how much money? I got to make $500,000 a year in order to talk to you? Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? Where was you raised, young lady? Where was you raised?
Well, I was raised in the projects.
So hold up. You were raised in the projects. You were raised in the hood. But you're expecting a man to make $100K, $200, $300K in order to talk to you?
Well, he wants some of this cooch. He gonna have to talk to me. He gonna have to make some money. You know, I don't understand that. I don't understand how these men think. You know, look at my body. Look how good I look. You think I'm gonna just get with any man and he ain't making no money? I listen to Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle. Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle told me all the time, find a provider male, find a provider male. So I'm just trying to find a provider male that can give me some money.
And that's what we got today. Our women are looking not for a man to be a husband and a father, but they're just looking for money. And this is the disconnect right here, fam. There was a time back in the day where when a man met up with a sister, man, it was for real. There was real chemistry, real love, real togetherness. Now, everything is superficial. Everything is fake. It's like when you come around a sister, you have to be like on guard. Like, is she really feeling a brother for me? Or she's just looking at my car? Maybe she's just looking at my house. Maybe she's just looking at what I'm wearing, thinking I'm gonna give her some money. It wasn't like that back in the day. Back in the day, it was genuine, it was real. Now, we got women going to sperm banks now, promoting this on social media. And now we're gonna have a lot of sisters taking that route. Y'all in trouble, fam.
But Dr. Ayanla went in a different direction. She asked me a personal question. And y'all know I have been extremely transparent about the fact that my life choices and my chosen lifestyle are far outside of the norm. So when I said that I would date the bus owner, a lot of y'all heard something different. Some of you heard the following: bus drivers are whack. Bus drivers are broke. Oh,
that's exactly what you meant. What do you mean? She's making it seem like we heard something that she didn't say. That's exactly what she said. When she said, I would not date the bus driver, what she said is he's broke. He's not making enough money.
And I'm too good for a bus driver.
That's exactly what you meant, that you're too good for a bus driver. Stop playing dumb, woman. That's exactly what you said. We're just calling it what it is. You think you're too good to be with a bus driver, but yet you went out there to get sperm. You talked all of that talk about, oh, I'm not gonna be with no bus driver unless he owned the bus. But you went out there and got sperm from probably some good for nothing bum. How does that make you look? You look like a hypocrite now. So you don't want to date a man that's a bus driver, but you would go let some clinic artificially put some sperm inside of you. Which one is worse? This is crazy.
The only thing is, y'all made that part up.
No, we didn't make nothing up. It is what it is. You meant what you meant. When you said you don't want to date no bus driver, it's because in your mind, you felt you're too good for a bus driver. You felt the bus driver don't make enough money because you wanted him to own the bus, which means it's all about the money. Let's go.
See, I said what I said. But then some of y'all started talking about salaries and hourly wages, pensions and benefits. And that's wild because I was never talking about money at all.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You were talking about money because you said you would not date the bus driver unless he owned the bus. Why? Because your focus is money. Just like a lot of our women do. If a man is not making 6 figures and up, oh, I can't talk to him. I can't talk to him. That's some sick, I don't understand where that demon come from, bro. But if all you ladies are searching for that man that's making all this money, and yet you not settling down to be a wife and your legs is open, you lose. If you're a woman and you're viewing and your legs is open to men that got money and you ain't settled down yet to be a wife and your legs are open like the Red Sea, you lose. Because all those men are planting their seed inside you, pumping and dumping you, breaking you in, raising your mileage, and yet you still single. Having these kids out of wedlock, no daddy, and you wondering why you got all these problems. And you got these demons online feeding you this poison. No woman should be listening to this lady. She's a disgrace. And she claimed she's about liberating black folk. How is this liberating us? This is white supremacy. Because she's not teaching us to come together. She's not teaching the black woman to love the black man. She's teaching the black woman you don't need the black man. Go to a sperm bank and spend your money. So now you ladies are going to spend money to get sperm. when your legs were already open to these men. The same men you complain about, your legs were open. Now they want you to spend your money. They monetizing your dysfunction now. That's what they're doing. They have monetized your dysfunction. Now they want you ladies to go out and spend money. You very same women that say you're independent, you don't need a man. Okay, if you don't need a man, why you need his sperm? Why? Remember, you don't need a man. You could do bad by yourself. Now they got you spending your money to get sperm. Telling you, it's gonna get real bad for y'all. And you know who her real target is? Her real target is older black women who have focused on career rather than family. And now they got older and it's like they're unmarried, no children. They're trying to figure it out. The dating market is not the way they thought it would be. No man is really checking for them because, you know, you got the younger women in their 20s and 30s looking good. So competition is crazy out here. So it's really to target the women that are in their late 30s, 40s to pretty much go down to the sperm bank because they don't really have any options when it comes to dating. That's her target market. And I wouldn't be surprised if she is affiliated with these sperm bank companies and she get a little money on the back end. I wouldn't be surprised.
I was talking about black ownership, but some of y'all made it about money.
Well, black ownership is about money, dummy. If somebody owns whatever it is, it's about money. So I don't know what you mean by, like, I mean, she's really playing dumb at this point. Let's go.
I'm talking about ownership, black enterprise, and entrepreneurship, because really I am talking about black liberation.
How is it black liberation of you teaching women to go down to a sperm bank? So you're gonna be raising a daughter with no father. All the money you got, that's not gonna help that girl. All that money you got, it cannot help that young lady without no daddy in the house. Imagine a young girl growing up in a wicked world like this with no father, no protector. Who's gonna be there to protect her? Who's gonna be there to teach her about men? Who's gonna be there to teach the daughter about the wiles of the devil? Who's gonna be there to sit her down and say, baby, let me talk to you for a second. Let me teach you some things about these men in these streets. Let me talk to you now. You're growing up, you're a young lady. It's time you hear these conversations. Who's gonna be there to teach her that? Because we know you're not. You're gonna teach her to go to a sperm bank. That's why you didn't choose to have a son. I can guarantee you, if I was a betting man, I can guarantee you that Ebony K. Williams paid exclusively for a female child. So she already knew what she was gonna have before getting pregnant. She did not want a son. She do not like men. She hates men, primarily black men. This woman do not like black men. And proof of that is she paid to have a daughter. I can guarantee you, fam, if there's anybody out there, man, that could find the information, I can guarantee you that she did not just get pregnant and didn't know what she was gonna have. She chose deliberately, I want a daughter. I don't want a son. You know why? If she was to have a son, everything that she's talking about would make no sense because it would be going against the grain. All the things she said about I went and date a bus driver, I went and this, men ain't providing this and resources. If she had a son, everybody will be going ham on her right now. So she paid for a daughter. You can do that with the technology today. If you're a person who struggling when it comes to having children. Maybe you don't have no sons or you don't have no daughters, and it's like you just keep having daughters, or maybe you just keep having sons and you want a daughter. You can literally go down and pay a fee and literally have the doctors or whoever choose, and you can literally get what you want now. The technology is there. Let's go.
And if you read my book, you'll understand why.
Now she's promoting her book. Wow.
So I'm standing 10 toes down on that position, and I don't really care if you're hurt or offended by it.
Of course she's not, because what she's pushing is not black liberation. This is dysfunctional. This is toxic. None of this that she's pushing is good.
And since some of y'all are already big mad, let me go ahead and make you incensed.
Why do you think they use blackface to teach this? Why do you think they use her? They could never put a Caucasian person on camera and make them say this madness. It'll be all sorts of controversy. They paid her to do this, y'all. They paid her to do this. I can guarantee you, she got paid so much money. She already sold her soul to the devil, bro. Facts. They could never make a Caucasian person come on camera and say the things she's saying without it being a bunch of backlash. She would lose her job. She would lose all sorts of things. She'll be destroyed. So they use her because she's black. So they use her to do this, figuring it's okay, it's cool, we'll accept it. And the sad thing is, a lot of our black women bought into it. They're celebrating her right now. Rather than condemning these actions, they're celebrating her.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse.
That's exactly what you were promoting. You were promoting women that just want a man for their money. You didn't promote a man concerning his character, his morals, his values, his work ethic. You didn't promote none of that. So in your mind, a good black man is only a man that owned the business, that owned the company. And that's very frustrating for us brothers, especially up and coming young men that are working on their 9 to 5 and they're building themselves up. They're entrepreneurs. They're in school, college, and they're working on themselves. Even brothers in their 30s and 40s that are building. It's very frustrating when we hear these type of things coming from our women, because it's like, wow. So the only value you see in me as a man is how much money I make. So if you only see me as a valuable man based on the business that I own, then what if I lose the business? What if I lose my money? What if I get sick? What if I have an accident and I can't work? Then that's when you leave. See, what women don't understand is that sometimes when y'all say some things, it says something else. If you're looking for a man that own the bus, what if I no longer own it? Are you going to still be there? You're not. You're going to leave. Because the only reason you wanted to come around me is because I own the bus. You didn't come around me because you genuinely cared about me. You only came around me for the bus. So most men know that when our women come, they're not really coming from the heart. They're just looking at the resources. This is why men of means take advantage of women and don't really settle down with them, because they know the only reason why you are even attracted to this obese, bald head guy who is not in shape is because he got money. When you see a dude who is out of shape, don't got no hair, looking a mess, but he got the baddie with him, you know why she's there. She's there for the money. She's not there for no love. So stop it. Again, proof of this is Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle. Shout out to Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle. She's doing her job. Her job is to poison you ladies. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what she tell you. Go out there and get a male provider. When she's married to a 90-year-old man. A 90-year-old man who can't even get it up. But yet she's telling you ladies, go out there and just sell yourself to the highest bidder. Look for a sugar daddy. How is that gonna work out for you 20-year-old sisters when you hit 30 and 40? What is gonna be your game plan when you get older? What are you gonna do? See, don't cry later in life when you hit the wall and you realize you wasted your youth on all these men chasing money. Because men that got money, they're not dumb. They understand that if they're gonna obtain a baddie, they gotta give a little money here and there, do a little something, something. They don't mind, they got money like that. But they just using you. You think you're using them because you get a trip or two, a little nice coat, little jewelry here and there, whoopity whoop. But these men, they got so much money, they don't care. You're the one who lose as a woman. Your market value go down. And by the time you old, washed up and hit the wall, guess what? Nobody gonna want you because there's gonna be a new batch of young baddies that's gonna replace you. Just like when they have the new model computers, new model cars, you will be replaced. Bottom line. This is serious, man. I remember back in the day, they used to have this model site called Model Mayhem. Some of you probably heard of that site. Back in the day, a lot of ladies used to take their photos, put up their model profiles, and photographers used to always be there trying to get the models and shoot and all that other stuff. And you had a lot of models that were successful back in the day. But then when Instagram came out, man, it changed the game. And a lot of those older models that had success, they all fell off because technology increased and women were able to do more in terms of modeling and posting photos on social media that a lot of the older models, they couldn't keep up with the times. That's what I'm talking about. You might have been hot at one point, but eventually all of that's gonna fade away. What is your game plan for when everything fade away? So you might be listening to Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle right now, and you're in your 20s and you're cute, have a nice figure, and you really think you're doing it. What you really don't understand is you're being used. Your market value is going down, and a lot of these influencer females that are on social media, they're leading all you ladies astray for the bag. That's what Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle does. She's only telling you ladies what you want to hear. She know she's ruining your lives, but she don't care as long as she get that check. I'm just being honest with you. I know you don't like me, I get it. But she's not helping none of you ladies because none of you are gonna be married. You're gonna be just like Ebony K. Williams, single, going to a sperm bank to get some alien sperm from a stranger. That's what you're gonna end up doing because ain't nobody gonna want you in the future. Let's go.
Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best.
Notice her hatred for men. Notice she's not talking about women. She hates men, y'all. Can't you see? She don't like men. She didn't say women are in the comments saying this, women are saying that. Her focus is men. That we all had C's and D's and we're just all bums. So that's how she see us. This is what happens when women have success and money. They start to look down on men. Notice this, guys. This is the truth. Us brothers can become multimillionaires, would see a woman at a local supermarket as a cashier. And we there trying to check out our items and kind of meet eye to eye with the woman. Hey, how you doing? And she's there talking, whatever. And next minute, we end up hitting it off with that woman as a cashier. And we would give her the time of day. And she don't got no money. Because as men, we don't look at women and be like, well, is she making six figures? Did she graduate college? We're not like that. But women, on the other hand, if you were that brother at the cashier and she came in there and she's checking out her items and you check her out and you're like, hey, how you doing, lady? She wouldn't even give you the time of day. Because women that are in that position don't judge a man by his character. You could be the greatest guy ever. She won't give you the time of day. She would need to see you outside parked in a Bentley, coming out in a designer suit. And that's the only time her eyes light up. It's real sad. It's real sick, but that's how they see you guys. So when you see how she's talking about men, it's because she don't like black men, primarily black men. Her focus and hatred is against black men. I know that for a fact. Let's go.
Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love.
So basically, it all boils down to money. So it is about money. So if you're not making enough money, she don't see you as a man.
Fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'm gonna say one more time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years.
Cap. She disrespected the brothers that drive a bus. Now she's trying to do damage control as if though driving a bus is cool. If that's cool, why didn't you answer the question when the woman asked you? She said, would you date a bus driver? You said no, only if he owned the bus. So she see a man that drive a bus as not good enough to be with her. Do you see what I'm talking about? So she's not a good woman, fam. Guys, if you get around women that think like this, they're not good women. If you come around a woman and she's like, well, you don't own the bus, you gotta own the bus in order to talk to her. If you drive it, you're not good enough.
But could it be that Black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy. And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning Black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass.
See, this woman is a major hypocrite because she's contradicting herself. She was asked, would you date a bus driver? She said no, unless he owned the bus. So she was operating in white supremacy by denying the man who drive the bus. She only want the guy that owned the bus. So the guy that drive the bus is not good enough. You see that? So she's a hypocrite. She's a part of the problem. She's not about Black liberation.
But see, because I know the truth about Black folk in America.
When she say Black folk in America, she's talking about Black men. She's not talking about Black women. Her focus and agenda is her hatred for Black men.
No, average is not and will never be good enough for me.
See? Average. So if you drive a bus, she see you as average. She don't see you as good enough. So what does that mean? It's all based on money. It's all based on what you make as a man. So if you don't make as much money as her, she don't see you as a man. And it gotten so bad, she had to go to a sperm bank to get pregnant.
Me. And the gag is, I don't think it's good enough for you either.
So it's not good enough for her. It don't stop there. She want all women to feel the same. She want all women not to accept a man if he's not making a certain amount of money. This is where we are, people. This is where we are. If you're not making a certain amount of money, she don't see you as a valuable individual. And this is the same woman who talked all that crap. Now she's pregnant. What about the child? What about that? She's a single mom by choice. That's the new movement now. Single mom by choice. She's not promoting marriage. She's not promoting family, but she claimed she's for Black liberation. How? How is this Black liberation if you're promoting single motherhood? How is that Black liberation? This is sick, fam. She should be ashamed. No woman should be listening to her. She need to get pushed back on this issue. Any woman that is celebrating her should be ashamed. This is only destroying our people. This is why I said, man, when it comes to the Black community, it's really, really toxic out here. It's bad enough we have single motherhood already. We have Black on Black crime. We have a lot of our people in poverty, and now we're teaching them to go to sperm banks because there's no eligible men. What are they saying? They're saying there's no good Black men out here. That's crazy. And a lot of women are literally going down that route. So, what are your thoughts about the situation? What are your thoughts? Ebony K. Williams becomes a single mom. And now the child will have no father. There will be no father figure in the home to raise the daughter. There will be no one there to walk her down the aisle because she will never be able to walk down the aisle to get married because she will become a single mom too. And this is the culture of today. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed what we did. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We're going to be back later on with more content, right? I've been out of the loop for a minute. Like I said, if you're now joining in the stream, I put a little setup in front of me. Some of my equipment is in front of me right here. And I got 2 studios that I'm working on right now. We building one downstairs and one upstairs. So we're gonna have 2 studios for content, right? So meanwhile I'm doing that, I'm gonna be using this setup in the kitchen to pretty much get work done. I got a lot of things that are on the way, deliveries and different things that I got coming in to make the place very, very presentable when we're on camera and so on and so forth. So I'm really looking forward to that. Shout out to the delivery brother that came through today. I believe his name is Tree. Shout out to you, fam. Again, if you're listening to the stream while you out there trucking, doing your job, if you need any help, like I said, setting up your podcast, whatever the case is, hit me up on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw. You know what I mean? So again, salute to that brother. You know what I'm saying? We had a little chat, in front of the house about some podcasting thing he wanted to pretty much put together. You know what I mean? It's never too late. Always remember that. It's never too late to do what you love. So in case that brother is listening to the show, stay focused on what you said. That little conversation we had, put it together, put action to that. Don't procrastinate. Go out there and put some work in towards that goal, and you're going to see it pop. This is the way it is. You just got to stay focused on it, because whatever it is that you love, you got to stick with it. A lot of times we think we got older in life and it's kind of too late to do certain things. It's never too late. It's never too late, fam. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about when it comes to doing creative things. It's never too late. You can always start it up, So be encouraged and do that. So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here. Salute to everybody on the Ringo TV Raw channel. We're streaming on 2 channels, Ringo TV Raw, Ringo TV Reactions, right? So I'm going to close out the Ringo TV Raw channel. So to everybody over there, salute to everybody in the chat, on the Ringo TV Raw channel. Let's get the likes up over there. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to both of my channels. Subscribe to both channels if you're new. And, we're going to have more content later on. I'm going to have a lot of stories I got to cover, a lot of work. It's going to be really, really good. I can't wait to have all these studios done. I'm telling you, you're going to love the content. You're going to love it. You know what I mean? I'm taking my time. I'm doing all the decorations, all the decor, all of that stuff. So when you see how everything is set up, just know that I did everything, So let me close this out on the Ringo TV Raw channel. So again, to everybody on the Ringo TV Raw channel on this camera right here, have a blessed day. Shout out to all the truck drivers, all the mechanics, everybody in the salons, the supermarkets, the Lowe's. Shout out to everybody at Home Depot. You know what I mean? Salute to all the brothers at Home Depot. You know what I mean? Salute to all of them, brothers and sisters, all the workers, everybody doing their thing. Everybody at Lowe's. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the UPS workers, all the FedEx workers, all the truckers out there on the road. You know what I mean? Got a lot of people out there that be watching my videos, man. Salute to all the doormen, all of the barbers, the salons. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that work for New York City Housing Authority. Salute to all of y'all out there, fam. Everybody in the medical field, the fire department, the police department, you know what I'm saying? I actually had a conversation with some people, not some people, but some police officers in North Carolina. Totally different vibe. Again, I'm new here, but I pretty much had a conversation with two officers, and the vibe was totally different than from New York. It was totally different. They came across, I guess, and again, I'm new here, so I don't know how it really is, but compared to New York, NYPD, the officers that was over here were more friendly. We literally had a conversation, and in New York, it's not really like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe y'all could fill in the blanks. I don't know how it is. Some people that might be in North Carolina might say something different, but for the most part, these particular officers appeared cool. I didn't sense nothing. I was just asking them questions, where's the local parks, whatever the case is. I might post a video and blur out their faces because I don't want to put them out there. But I was at McDonald's and they were checking out my scooter. They never seen a scooter like that in their life. So it's I was like, wow, so I'm the only one out here riding a scooter like this. You know what I mean? And they were pretty much was answering my questions and whatnot. So we're going to get out of here. I'm going to close down the Ringo TV Raw channel. So, hey, salute to everybody over there. I'm going to end the stream on the Ringo TV Raw channel. Come on over to the Reactions channel so that I can pretty much close everything out. So I'm going to close out the Ringo TV Raw channel right now. All right. Okay. So I closed out the Ringo TV Raw channel. So now we're on the Reactions channel, this camera right here. Right. So, again, we're going to be back later on. I'm going to do another stream. And then I'm going to get to work and whatnot. I'm going to try to do these streams early in the morning. That way I can bust them out real quick and then get to work and do what I need to do. Let me see. I'm going to go get me something to eat right now. And pretty much later on, I'm going to do another stream. And that's about it, man. So, hey, everybody out there, man, hey, have a blessed one. Be safe. Stay focused. Don't be discouraged. We have a lot of content coming up. I'm really inspired. My mind is clear. Being in this environment, it's teaching me a lot. It's teaching me a lot about people. It's teaching me a lot about a whole bunch of things, man. It's just a different way of how things is. But we'll talk about that another time, man. I got work to do. I got to get something to eat, right? Let me see. So who we got in the chat here? And shout out to all the mods in the building. We got Rebel for Almighty in the building. We got Tracy. Let me see who else we got here. I don't know who else we have, but shout out to all the mods wherever they are. They probably at work. You know, V-Dub Man, Sherelle, Show Shao, Sean the Navigator. You know what I mean? Salute to all of them. Let me see what else is going on, man. Let me see if anybody supported via the Cash App. Shout y'all out. Let's see what we got. And shout out to everybody that supported via the Super Chat. I know some of y'all did support via the Super Chat. I didn't read them out because, you know, I was working. But appreciate everybody that support the show. Let me shout out these Cash Apps for those that support. Let's see what we got. We got Denise. Shout out to Denise for your support. Stacy. And shout out to Morning Star for your support. Morning Star, appreciate you. Right? Okay, so we're gonna get up on out of here, man. So hey, again, y'all stay safe, man. Do what y'all gotta do. And we're gonna be back later with more, man. More content, y'all. You know how it is. Ringo TV reactions. Number one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV reactions. Let's go. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel Ringo TV, bringing you the best in these YouTube streets. The #1 reactionary channel since 2006. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out of here, fam. Peace. We out.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.